Hey guys, it's Jared Flowers here with National Restaurant Consultants. As always, we want to say thank you to Brian Devine, owner and principal of CafeFuel and Top Line Management, and a wonderful partner of ours. We're also joined today by John Bushnell, owner, client, and friend of the June Cork Pub in Dover, New Hampshire. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, Jared.
Thanks for having us.
John, we just wanted to bring you on today. We know that, I think we just crossed the 3-month mark.
Yes.
Our being open with the June Cork, and New Hampshire's just recently gone back to 100% capacity in the restaurants.
Finally.
Super exciting. What are some things you're seeing, some wins that you're seeing in the industry in Dover specifically, and within your four walls?
I would say, just from my perspective, everyone's kind of out for their own survival right now, so it hasn't been a lot of communication between, restaurants or restaurateurs. But as far as my experience is going, the bad days are growing equal to the good days growing as well. So, low sale days are actually higher than when they started, and et cetera, in converse with the good days. So I'm noticing, there's an uptick in guest spend average, things like that have been noticeable in the stuff that I'm tracking. As I'm not only just surviving this COVID thing, but I'm also a brand new restaurant, so I don't have any year-over-year statistics to go off of. So really, we're just getting to the point, like you said, Jared. Could be 3 months in a couple of weeks, but I'll be able to do some week-over-week, some month-over-month stats, and see the positivity with that.
Awesome. And I know that you spent some time with a professional photographer, and we'll have Brian add to this, to get some great food and booze photos, some great things within the four walls of the restaurant. What kind of feedback are you seeing versus when you first started and you were using the iPhone and just kind of winging it yourself versus the professional stuff?
Yeah, as far as the professional photos go, you can just tell on a social media perspective that the like count is a little higher. I'm able to promote those a little better than I would in a self-lit iPhone photo. It just breaks it up and gives some more light to or life to the actual the food. Food is tough to photo, as you guys probably know. There's only so much you can do, but properly lit and professionally done makes a difference.
Yeah, and
Awesome. And Brian, if you want to add anything to that, I think this is right in your wheelhouse. I'll turn it over to you for your marketing moment. And we appreciate John and his input.
Yeah, and John, I think you're going to keep seeing that kind of a result. There's a lot of research on it, and of course, as a marketer, I'm always trying to figure out, where do we spend the money to get the biggest bang for the buck?
Mm-hmm.
And professional photography for food is high on that list for the biggest bang for the buck. It's actually shown that if you have someone who's really good at what they do in that field, people will buy more. And no matter where you are showing your photos. So having really, really good imagery, especially if you're going to do it in video, it makes this huge impact. In fact, there's a case study of it was a product that they were selling, but they were selling a product that makes food, and they scrapped an entire video shoot to have someone come back and redo it just for his ability to do food, because the food looked fine, but it didn't make you want to eat it. And so once they made that shift, their sales went through the roof. And in fact, they had to turn off their ads so that they could retool to catch up. So that's how effective it can be. So good for you.
I agree.
You're definitely on the right track. And John, I wanted to ask you, I know things are kind of up and down, but is there any kind of what you can tell people out there, that any type of marketing that you've done or that you are planning to do that you think is going to have a good impact for you?
As far as, I have this conversation almost daily with, as far as marketing goes, I'll have people knocking on my door left and right for, billboards or direct mail campaigns, et cetera.
Sure.
And especially during, COVID, it's tough to swallow it and come up with I can send out a really nice piece of mail to, a radius of, 5 miles, 10 miles in the right income bracket, et cetera. But if you're just too scared to go inside, I don't care if I'm saying 100% off tomorrow, you're just not going to do it. So what I have focused my attention on is really, getting feedback and focusing on my regulars and my, my guests in the building rather than fishing for, further, guests. I mean, great to see new faces in the pub, but just getting that pub feel of being a regular and being a downtown, being a walkable neighborhood pub. That is starting to spider, into, new guests and so on and so forth. And again, yes, I have a, large marketing, background, and I used to run health clubs where we were going after 20,000, people at a whack, and those are all well and good. But during these times, I think now is really helping me focus on just who I have in front of me that's tangible, rather than being out there and just, blanketing the area. Again, it does no good if they're not going to come indoors or they're not going to come to a restaurant regardless. So focusing on the people that are actually coming in is really what my focus has been.
I love it. Well, John, are you building that list, or are you planning to build that list?
Yeah, so essentially, I mean, we have a lot of interior marketing plans with soccer clubs. We have a mug club, which gets stuff like that. We are getting back into the soccer season, which again, this is a British pub that's focused mainly on soccer and rugby. Just networking to those groups that have been not catered to in the sports pub market has been really where our niche is, and I don't want to stray too far from that. And me and Jared spoke a bunch of times about, we got the soccer crowd, we need the foodies, we need the, happy hour guys, the cocktail guys, and that will blend into a nice, interior atmosphere between all, angles.
Fantastic. I think that sounds like, I just want to hope everybody heard that he has that plan. He's building that list. I love hearing that. Congratulations. Jared, I'm going to leave it off to you, and if you've got anything you want to add. Oh, looks like Jared is gone.
Oh,
there he is. He's back.
Sorry, I'm back.
Jared, you want to wrap us up?
No, I think that was wonderful. Thank you, John, so much for being here. Brian, thank you as always, being a great partner with CafeFuel and Top Line Management, and helping get the message out there for those folks in marketing and the restaurants. And again, John, all the best and success, and we'll continue to work together for a long time. So thanks so much for being here, guys.
Of course. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye-bye.